Capricorn. Welcome back to Misfits of the Zodiac. My name is Ace. I'm going to be doing a monthly reading for the month of August for you. I'm going to be choosing 3 cards for your recent past, 3 cards for your present energy, and 3 cards for your soon future. And then I will also pick 1 card from my Animal Spirit Oracle and 1 Wild Things card. So let me finish pulling these cards and we'll get right into it. If this resonates with you, I would love to get a subscribe from you. We're trying to build this channel from the ground up. So if you, that was a lot of cards. Feel like that's not what we need though. If this resonates with you, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Or if you would like to come back as a misfit, I would love to have you come back as a misfit and subscribe to the channel. I would also love to get a little thumbs up and let me know that you are enjoying the reading so far. Yeah, that would be very helpful to help me grow the channel. So I appreciate you in advance. Let's do this. All right, so your first 3 cards. So this is your recent past. You have the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Wands, and then the Queen of Chalices. So this tells me that you have, with the 5 of Wands starting off your reading, you've been working with a lot of people recently, and you're all bringing something to the table here, okay? Everyone has their own unique ability that is helping whether it's a creative project, whether it's a goal at work, or just the energy in general. You all are working together to move something. It could be actually different parts of you. I don't usually get that, but for some reason that just popped into my head. Even though there's 5 people on this card, this could just be different parts of yourself working together with the different elements of your energy to culminate together to create something, to launch something, okay? But it's hard work. It seems like while it is working and you are utilizing everyone's ability or all of the different parts of your own ability to make it happen, make the dream happen, it does seem like hard work. And the reason I say that is because your next card is the 10 of Wands. So it's going from the 5 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, she's carrying this very heavy load up this mountain, okay? What I always like to point out though here is that if you notice there's this like little squirrel, he's not right here, okay? This is reminding you that you can still, even though things are hard, things are very treacherous right now, this project, it seems like it's either taking a lot of your energy, a lot of your time, or your emotional capacity, to find the joy in it, to take some time to remember your why that you started doing it in the first place, but then also finding the things about the project, about the goal, about working maybe with these trusted others to bring this to fruition that brings you joy, because it's your life, right? So you don't want it to pass you by. You don't want to get to the finish line and feel like the whole time you've been checked out and you're not taking time to realize, I'm so close to the finish line with this card. You're so close. And it's asking for you to, again, with the little squirrel energy, he's like reminding you, like as like a little cheerleader on the side, like, don't forget to find the joy. Don't forget to find the fun. And that might seem like a challenge in and of itself. But if you can check in with that and remind yourself of that, it could give you just that extra boost to get you to the finish line, right? Okay, so you're almost there. You're almost to the finish line. You just have a couple more steps. And I know it's hard right now, but you got this, okay? So find the inner squirrel, as it were, and see if you can find even something that's just funny about the situation. Sometimes like dark humor works for me. That's not everybody's cup of tea, but that might work for you. So find whatever works for you, and you can pull from whatever you need to help you get across that finish line. that will be your squirrel energy with this card, okay? And I feel like coupled with that squirrel energy is the Queen of Cups. So she's all about being emotionally stable, but this is also having compassion for yourself, making sure you're taking care of yourself, making sure that even though things are really hard with the Ten of Wands, that you're taking time to feed yourself properly. You're taking breaks. You're making sure you're getting enough water, enough sleep, enough food, okay? Because you could be making it even harder for yourself if you're not taking time to fill up your cup, so to speak, okay? So like I said, like she's holding this cup here, she's begging for you to make sure that you fill up your own cup, whether that's with joy with the squirrel or whether that's with you physically need to take care of yourself. Whatever it is that you need, this card is asking for you to check in with that and not let it go to the back burner, because that's going to make things a lot harder than they need to be, okay? So that's your recent past. The current energy is the Oak King, you have the High Priestess, and you have the Green Man. That's cool. So with the Oak King, this is usually the Hanged Man. So in this particular depiction, you see him like drawing the infinity symbol on the ground here, okay? This card is all about taking a time out and gaining a different perspective than maybe what you've been bringing to the table as of recently. This also might be you checking in with yourself after you have crossed the finish line with this Ten of Wands, or you're about to cross the finish line, but you still need another perspective to, like, maybe you hit a snag or you're hitting a bottleneck and you need to like take some time out to maybe get a different perspective, either from someone else or from yourself, and look at it from all angles so that you can find a better way to finish whatever it is that you started. Because like I said, you might be doing it the same old way and it's just not working. And that is what might be actually causing you a little bit of a hang up and making things just like that much harder. And it's just like, it's a slog, okay? So taking a time out, making sure you're taking care of yourself with the Queen of Cups, I think is going to give you the answer that you need to kind of like push the bottleneck through, push whatever else needs to happen as a result of that buildup of you've done all this extra work and for some reason it just, you can't seem to get it across the finish line. Looking at it from another perspective might really help, because it'll give you something just different enough to help you be able to flip the script, if that makes sense, okay? So that being said, you have the High Priestess. So this is asking you to use your intuition, use your gut, okay? So once you've come out of that hangman state that we were talking about, you're gonna get an initial gut feeling about something, but it might feel a little out of the ordinary, or it might feel a little bit out of your comfort zone, but it's your gut talking. And the way to know if it's your gut versus if it's like fear is there's no emotional attachment to your gut. When you get a gut instinct, it just comes to you. It doesn't have a fear attached. It doesn't have any sort of emotion attached to it. It comes out of the blue, it pops into your brain, and then you go with it. Obviously, take a beat with the Oak King that we were talking about, the hangman energy. But it's saying that as a result, for me, what it's seeming to be asking you is to find the different perspective. In doing so, you might find an out-of-the-box way to finish it, and it's going to feel like, oh no, that's kind of weird, I'm not used to that, and your brain is like, we can't do something new, because it makes us uncomfortable sometimes, right? Being out of our comfort zone is usually not a fun experience. This is saying that it's your gut talking, so trust it, okay? Whatever it is that you get as a result of finding a new perspective, that thing that sounds a little ludicrous might actually be the thing that works. So trust your gut. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this, okay? Your last card in your present energy is the Green Man. So this is a very abundant card. The green man is always a representation of like spring energy. You'll see all these people here, they're like happy and excited and they're celebrating, okay? They're celebrating this fertility coming back to the earth because the green man is very present in spring. So you can look him up as well. It's very interesting hearing about it. But this tells me that as a result of using your intuition after taking a time out, that you are going to celebrate in some way with all the trusted others, maybe, or with yourself, like we were saying before. But with the 5 of Wands, all these people that have been helping you get the project off the ground, you could be celebrating as a result of using that trusted instinct that you got, that thing that seemed out of the box, is going to bring you the abundance that you were seeking, or get you to the finish line, break through the block that you might be experiencing at the moment. Okay, so that's the energy that I got from that card. In your near future, you have the 6 of Pentacles, you have the Lord of the Shadows, and you have the Page of Pentacles. So with the 6 of Pentacles, this card is all about both giving and receiving help from others, okay? I always like to point out, though, that this particular person on the right here, right for me, probably, would it be left for you? Yeah, left for you. He's holding something behind his back. So there's some sort of potential information being held back. Make sure that if you are either the receiver of help or you are giving help yourself, there's no ulterior motives. There's nothing attached, okay? And make sure you're getting all the information, because there might be something that you're missing that is could be detrimental if you decide to like make a deal with the devil, okay? So just be aware of that. I'm not getting that kind of energy with this, but just be aware that somebody might not be bringing everything, or they might be like, oh, I can help you, and then, you know, a couple weeks down the line, they're like, remember when I helped you, so can I get a return on investment? It's like, oh, come on now, like, you said that you wanted to help me, I didn't know that there were strings attached. That's the vibe sometimes that I get with this card. But it could just be that you need help, and this is asking for you to not be afraid to ask for it with trusted others. And if you see that someone else around you needs help, you helping them actually might end up bringing you that extra change in perspective that you're looking from. Or that could be the thing that you actually get as a result of looking at it from the other perspective. This perspective of the Hangman could be you getting someone else's perspective that kind of gives you just enough of a paradigm shift in your brain to like help you get something past the finish line, okay? And seek fruition. The next card that you have is the Lord of the Shadows. So in the normal tarot, this is all about the death card, okay? And a lot of people freak out when they hear about the death card. It sounds so serious. Basically, all this is saying is that something is ending and something new is beginning, okay? So for me personally, because you had the green man in your current energy, this is the new beginning, okay? So there might be still some baggage attached to something that you need to let go of because it's no longer serving you. This might be that thing that, remember we were talking about needing to find a new perspective so that you can make some sort of paradigm shift. This is maybe you letting go of old ways of doing things because it's just not working. You got it all the way up to the finish line, but for some reason it was just like you're getting blockaded. This could be the thing that you kind of have to realize, like, this worked at one point and no longer works. That is the vibe that I'm getting from this card. I don't always get that, but that's what I feel from this particular card. So keep that in mind. The cool thing is that I think as a result of you doing the work to release that energy and being willing to find another perspective, you get the Page of Pentacles. This is such a cute card. Okay, so in this particular depiction, you have this cute little dog here. This is his trusted friend, his companion. You might be working with a trusted other to create something that you enjoy. This little kid is basically finding something that they really enjoy doing and then receiving money from it. And he's starting to see like the kernels of prosperity coming in as a result. Okay. This whole reading might be you transitioning from an old job that doesn't work or an old business model that doesn't work into a new one. And this is the first sign in the near future of you starting to see, ooh, this other thing works. And not only does it work, it's more in line of what I wanted to begin with. And that old thing that I had to let go of is gone now, and I can let it go and move on from that energy. And this is so much better. This is such a better place. And you're starting to see that it's working because you're receiving prosperity back. You're getting some sort of recognition coming back, or some sort of sign that what you were hoping for is working, because you're starting to see some sort of results coming in that's letting you know that it's working. Okay, so let's top this off with a animal spirit guide and a wild things card. Oh, that came flying out. You got 3. I'm gonna see what feels right, because I feel like 3 is a lot. I feel like it's this guy. Hummingbird in reverse. Are these in reverse? No, we're not. So I might have to take it in reverse. So we'll see. We'll see what that means. I'll give you both the upright and the reverse meaning. And then we'll get one card from this. Get untangled. That's an adorable card. I don't think I've ever pulled that card before. That's awesome. Okay, the hummingbird. This is air energy, first and foremost. Hummingbirds are some of my favorite. They always bring this like sense of like childhood. So again, this might be coming back into play with this Page of Pentacles that we were talking about, where you found something that actually is better suited for you, that kind of speaks to your inner child. That's the vibe. But we'll do it upside down as well. So the hummingbird. Positive, enthusiastic, spiritually resourceful. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather nectar, and it returns to those sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. The sacred elixir spring from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. When in balance, so this would be in the upright, it means smart, curious, loves to learn. When out of balance, so in the reverse, which is what you got, pushy, insistent, sharp. Whichever resonates for your situation. To bring into balance, so if you were in the upside down, to bring it right side up, take a class. So that's interesting. I feel like, remember we were talking about the Oak King and gaining like a new perspective? The new perspective might be this help card, right? You're getting more information from something, and that is you taking a class to help you get things, figure out what's working and what's not working. Or you might have known how to get things all the way to the finish line, but you're missing that final ingredient. So taking a class might be the thing that kind of gets you across the finish line, gives you just that extra kernel of truth that's going to help you realize like, oh, that's what I need to do. So if you're feeling stuck, even if the class is not you paying for their class, just looking something up on YouTube, because I'm a visual person. I love YouTube because I like to watch it happen and then do it myself. That's like, I'm a very kinesthetic learner, very visual learner. So if that is you, like, instead of, if you don't have the money to take a class, just look at it up online. See what other people are doing. If you are finding that you're hitting a brick wall and something's not working, getting just a little bit more information so that you can have a new perspective, okay? And then using your intuition, once you receive the new information, can give you that fresh start, okay? With the Green Man. So that's the vibe that I'm getting from that card. And then you have Get Untangled. Tell me, this is not like the cutest card. I love all the orange colors in this card. It's so cute. I'll hold it back up. Let me find untangled. Okay. Getting untangled. You find yourself tangled in the weeds. You see no clear way forward. Wow. Everywhere you turn feels restrictive. The number of decisions and task lists feels impossible. Smothering. Stop trying to solve, and for beast's sake, don't stack. Stacking is when you layer one unsolved situation onto another, and before you know it, you're tangled and overwhelmed. Here's the rule for detangling. When you can't get to joy, get to relief. Just find the nearest thought that brings you relief and follow it with some kind of action. One thought at a time, one tiny action at a time. Your mind will begin to make more room for possibilities. Your only assignment right now is to find what brings you relief and pursue it. Well, if that doesn't sum everything up, I don't know what else could. This again is feels like it's talking all about that new perspective that we were talking about with the Hangman. Okay, so taking a beat to look at things from a different perspective instead of allowing things to kind of pile up and pile up and pile up, and that might be what is causing this like blockade of information, or the blockade to information. So taking a second to get a new perspective is going to really help you, I think, this month. So I feel like we have a tendency as humans to, when something's not working, start noticing all the things that aren't working. And when you do that, you overwhelm yourself, and that puts you in a lower like energy state, and it makes it, like I said in the beginning, really hard when you're already almost to the finish line and things just haven't been working, and then you're adding to that situation by getting in your head and reminding yourself of all the things that aren't working. That could be the blockage in and of itself. Okay, so taking some time to look at it from a different perspective, finding gratitude where there is some, and then moving from that state so that you can get in a more positive frame of mind might really help this month and allow you to kind of burst through that blockage that you're seeing. Okay, I hope this helped for you, Capricorn. I am, like I said, trying to build this channel from the ground up. So if you enjoyed being here, this felt like a safe space for you, I would love for you to come back and be a misfit and sub to the channel. If you just enjoyed it and this is all that you would like, I would love to get a heart from you or a little thumbs up that lets me know that you resonated with it. And if this resonated with you, I'd love to hear how it resonated with you in the comments if you have a second. That would be great feedback for me, because we're building this channel from the ground up, so you'll be some of the first. All right, I will see you next month for your monthly reading. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye.